But we were glad to come back.
Nah, I won't do that. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters, to our reverse meeting. If you're, but it is our reverse meeting. And I'm glad you all came to it, and I hope to see it. I guess what you think of Reverse Day and what that means to you, and what creative ways you're gonna do this meeting. Eric did a lot of creative liberties with this agenda. It's not your everyday mom and pop's agenda now, y'all. But as for some announcements, this is the last time I will be up here as the president. You can all cry now. Yeah.
Yeah, you're moving on to being area director, aren't we? So that's
Yes.
great.
But starting our next meeting, Eric will be the one up here and he'll be doing the announcements. So please all be kind to him.
Yeah.
As for other announcements, I saw in the group chat that starting July 1st, Pathways is getting more expensive. Is that correct, Michelle?
Yes, it's going from $20 for a path to $35.
Wow.
So I encourage you to, if you wanted to start a new path in this next year, you can order it now, it'll go to your base camp. And you'll have it there. And if you're speaking a foreign language, we'll need to talk, because Pathways will be something I will be talking a lot about.
I don't know if you heard that online, but Pathways, which is where you input speeches, is going from $20 to $35 starting July 1st. So if you're starting a new pathway or getting close to starting a new pathway or thinking about starting a new pathway, you should order it within the next couple of days. Let's call up our pledge quote for this meeting, which is Roger.
Thank you, Jacob. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Please stand. I'll be sitting, but for the pledge. Pledge allegiance to the flag, the United States of America, to the republic, which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And let's honor the Texas flag. Honor the Texas flag. Pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible. And I have a quote for the day. Life can only be understood backwards, but it must be lived forwards, by Soren Kierkegaard. Back to you.
Before we get to the meeting, I'd like to welcome who's all here. In person, we have Mark, Fernando, Kyle, Eric, Michelle, Linda, Rick, and Richard Cuellar. Online, we have Jim, Roger, Dries, and Richard Newman. I'd like to call up Eric because he's going to be presenting awards for everybody who's finished a pathway or more. So I'd like to call up Eric.
All right. Good morning, everybody. And welcome to Reverse Day, and welcome to the opening of our meeting, which is, as you can tell, a little different from what it usually is. Right now, I want to take this opportunity to honor those of us who had accomplishments this year in completing pathways in Toastmasters. I want these 6 people to stand up right now. Jacob, Mark Vine, Richard Cuellar. Well, these 5, there's one that's not here. Michelle Cuellar, and Jim Polomsky's in virtual land, so he's fine. So those four, and Carla's not here and Jim's online. Okay. We'll start with level 1 presentations. We had 2 of those. First of all, we have one level 2 that's level 1 that's not here and one that's not. For visionary communication, level 1, Jacob Polomsky.
Eric, put your papers down, you have to shake his hands.
All right.
Okay.
Here, let's go this way. Let's go reverse. Yeah, sure. You gotta get 1, 2, there you go, mate. Thank you. Last one, guys.
And Eric? Yeah.
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 And and there is one of us that's not here, was one of us that's not here that also had a level 1 this year, and that's Carla Silvani. She is unfortunately not here with us today. Now on to level 2. Blue one's right here. Level 2, also for visionary communication. Once again, Jacob Polomsky.
One, two, three, reverse. Well, it's awkward to hold it. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, like. Natural for me.
Okay, moving on, got my level 3s here. We have a couple level 3s. For visionary communication, my friend Mark Vine.
Yeah, honey?
Shake hands. Very good.
Hold on to the other end. Hold on, there you go. 1, 2, 14. Oh, thank you, Eric.
Okay. And also for level 3, he's not technically here, he is online. Jim Polomsky.
There.
Wait, I can hold it up like right under his.
Oh, that's hilarious. Okay,
Okay.
on.
Like he's getting branded. Okay. Welcome, LaShanta. You arrived right in the middle of our award ceremony for 25-26. And we have 5 recipients of level 4s. We have for visionary communication, Mark Vine.
That little ball first.
And
Right.
note that his visionary communication will be approved by me when we hit July so that we can get credit for it as a club. Okay. Also, engaging humor. Level 4, Jim Polomsky.
Got it.
In fact, we have another one, it's a second level 4 by one of the 2 people that I just introduced for presentation mastery. Once again, Jim Polomsky.
required in the future, I don't think we're not allowed to get the same level in 2 different paths in 1 year. I'm not, if I'm
I think I completed the level 4 this year.
Yeah, there's more coming. Yeah. All right. For presentation mastery, level 4, he just mentioned it. Jacob Alomsky.
Eric,
Yeah. That's what happens when you hold it from that side, you know?
And the final level 4 for team collaboration, Michelle Cuellar.
Take the hand. Okay, put this to me, we'll turn it like this.
See, that's how it's done.
Good job, Eric.
And we had a level, we also had a level 5 completion this year. I need to get that. We had, where is that? It's on here somewhere. Here we go. We have a level 5 completion for team collaboration. Michelle Cuellar.
And then I brought this up too.
Yeah, that would be
DTN.
her distinguished Toastmaster.
Let me do this one.
Yeah.
Excellent there.
Okay. Shake my hand. When,
What are you gonna
no. Shake my hand. No, do this. Now we. Now look at.
Right. Yeah, no, go.
And also, we have a pending distinguished Toastmaster, which hopefully will be approved in the near future for one of our members.
Yeah.
So that concludes our award ceremony for this morning. And because I am the general evaluator, I will be conducting the next part of this meeting. Let's have a round of applause for all our awards recipients. And now to do our first evaluation, which kind of doubles as a preview for the first speaker today, let's welcome Mark Vine.
Didn't realise you told me last night I was doubling up. I forgot. Richard, I thought your speech was very insightful. I really enjoyed the points that you got across throughout your speech. And I had a bit of a sneak peek, and we were talking about July 4th, so it's a very important thing, and it's very relevant for this time of year. So it's very important that we never forget our history, where we came from. I thought it was an excellent. I thought the slides were really good, not too busy. I thought you worked through them very, very well. So it was one of those. I don't know. You may be proud to be an American, mate. The way you did the speech. Something I suppose you could work on really is probably. I mean, you're normally very good at the pauses. I felt that you didn't use sufficient pauses in the speech, and some of your gestures. I mean, you're normally really, really good at the gestures, but you kind of failed on that a little bit this time. And remember, you've got all this space here. Just use it, mate. Get your speech across. Give it a little bit more emphasis, a little bit more impact. But I thought on the whole, it was a very, very good speech. And I'm really looking forward to what am I doing for time, guys? Are we timing this? Are you the timer? Am I still going, Jim? So So let's see. So yeah, maybe maybe use a little bit of music or something like that. I think would be very good. Maybe a little bit more pomp and ceremony or something like that when you come on. I thought that would be a really good idea. Give it a little bit more impact on your speech. But overall, I thought it was great speech, and I'm really looking forward to the next one. And so congratulations, mate. Appreciate you. Thank you. Am I doing all right, Jim? No. So I've got to keep going. I've got to keep going.
Sure.
Sorry. That's right. Well, it's all right. Yeah. Congratulations, Richard.
All right. Now let's introduce our second evaluator, who will kind of double as previewing our second speech today. That would be Michelle Cuellar, our incoming VPE.
There you go.
Don't trip. I've already broke one toe this week. I don't need to break any more. Good morning, or should I say good evening, fellow Toastmasters. I'm glad to see you at 7 p.m. this evening for our meeting. I will be evaluating Linda's speech. Linda, stand up, please. We need to acknowledge the group, but I especially need to acknowledge you. Great speech this morning. I know that Jacob, and if Joe was here, they may not understand half of what you said. And most of the time when Jacob gives a speech, I don't recognize the terminology at all. So it's understandable when you talk about Back to the Future. When you talked about Toastmasters and a busy signal. How many of you remember those rotary phones in your house? Do you know what I'm talking about? You know what a rotary, does your grandma still have one? Rotary phones, you had to stand next to an area because the cord, you could only go as far as the cord would go. I know I'm kind of giving some things away, but that's the way this backwards meeting is regarding the evaluation portion. Great use of props, Linda. That really solidified your speech. But when you started like raising your hands and getting a little obnoxious, I just didn't understand. I didn't understand why that happened. And you started talking and then you got really loud. And I don't know if you thought, I don't know if your mother-in-law, I don't know if your mother was in the room, who's in her 90s. I don't know if that's why you started getting louder when you presented that speech. I don't know. But just be mindful. We want to get enthusiastic, but you don't want to keep the level too high because people like Rick, he will get on your case and he'll write that in your evaluation. I've had it done before by Rick. So, and also when you talk about Back to the Future, as I mentioned, Jacob and Joe not understanding some of the props you have or never using these, you didn't say anything about the Dewey Decimal System, but how many of you remember the Dewey Decimal System at the library? Because she'll reference some books, and we used to use the Dewey Decimal System. And one last thing, I really wish you would have gone back a little further in time because that's when Fernando, when he says he was born around the dinosaur time, that would have really been a great place to start your speech. So Linda, great job. Keep it up. I love when you speak. And if you didn't know this, Linda's my mentor. So I always appreciate a good speech from Linda. Back to you.
Great.
Okay, thank you, Michelle. Before we go any further, I would like to get a timers report. Jim, did both of our quote unquote evaluators qualify?
No, they did not, unfortunately. Thank you, Eric. The first evaluation, Michelle, she qualified 248. And Mark, We first tried to exit at 125, then we tried to exit at 145, and then stretched it out to 155 when you went off screen. Back to you, Eric.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, so just as a reminder, there's only one person that qualified for evaluation. Now I would like to invite Fernando to come up and talk about the grammarian this morning and what he will be expecting of our people who will be speaking today.
Hello, Toastmasters. Let me give you a report on the word of the day and on the grammar behind your communication. First of all, it was an easy word that I gave you, and nobody said it. Not a single one of you said the word of the day, and I don't understand that because it was such an easy word, and yet you were silent. You didn't do anything. As far as the ums and the ahs, boy, that was a record today. All of you had something to give out. Michelle, the one that never says or ah, but you said you knows. Several of you knows. Mark, you have to get rid of your English accent, please. It's just mind-boggling that it's there, okay? Richard Newman, you're still in the country. This and that. I stopped counting at 10, but keep up the good work. You've made progress in the last few years. Jim Polonsky, stop saying checkmate. It's when you're finished and it's over, don't end it with checkmate. I know it's part of your soul. Roger, you keep saying, do you want to take the loan or not? Stop doing that. It's important that you correct yourself. Too many ahs in there. Linda Caban, you're a seasoned Toastmaster, and yet I heard 5 ahs from you. Rick, you know, and but, and and several other things. Try to correct them. LaShanta, you're new here, and I forgive you. There's no matter what you said, it was okay this morning. Eric, when you talk, you say an ah, and then you look at Mark. Okay, stop looking at him. You know he's there. Jacob, you have this habit of shaking hands with the wrong hand. And I don't understand that. It's just going backwards, it seems like. Kyle, you're a little bit new here, and I know that you're trying very, very hard, but there were some ahs and buts and so's, but keep working at it. Who am I missing? Oh, Dries. And Raj. Dries, you've done well today. I only counted 1 and keep up the good work. Niraj, you're improving a little bit hard to tell, but you sneak them in there every now and then. But I hear that. So improve that, and you're going to be home. Who am I missing? Anybody else? Richard Cuellar. The Spanish background that you have, gives you a little slight accent. Okay, stop emphasizing it. All right, you don't need it. We know your background. It's okay. And that's my report for you.
Very good. Very good.
I will note that he alluded to the word of the day and no one is saying it. Well, it's going to be used in speeches today. See if you can figure out what it is.
Oh, okay.
He'll be back near the end of the meeting. Now it's time for our table topic section of the meeting. Please welcome our past president, Mark Vine.
I tried that out last week. It didn't work very well, did it? So, table topics for the difference, guys. So, this is your challenge this morning. I'm going to pick somebody out of the audience, and you are going to speak about what the hell you want to speak about for 1 minute minimum. Then I've got to give you a question at the end of it. So, who's up for that challenge? LaShanta. You come in late, mate. You get beat there. You've got 1 minute to talk about anything that you want to talk about.
Oh, wow, this is off the cuff, for real. The importance of connection. It is so important for us to be connected as human beings. Each of us are in different places and different ages. And I said, oh, a couple of times already. So whoever's counting, there you go. There's a couple of them. We are all in different spaces and different places. I did it again. In our lives, and it's important for us to stay connected with everything going on, the hustle and bustle, just trying to do life. I did it again because I'm good at counting myself. I should have been that road today. There I go. So what's going on? I'm okay. I'm cracking up. I'm cracking up over here. But with everything going on today, it's so important for us to stay connected. Even being a part of your group, you're so welcoming, so friendly, so nice, so willing to help. That is important. Because I did it again. Oh my God. I'm just gonna keep a counter over here. So you know what that means, right? So 6 so far. That we stay connected. It's so important that we keep that human connection, even though we have AI, the help and the aid of computers all around us, helping us with our daily lives. It is so important that we just find the human aspect and really stay connected with each other. So that is what I have to say. Anything? There you go. I think we're supposed to walk back.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Great job. Right, LaShanta, with your background, as a counsel and everything, can you tell us a little bit about how important it is to stay connected? Great job, guys. Great job. Great job. Great job. There you go, Abby. Yeah. Right. Carl, you ain't been up here for a while, mate. You can come up here and talk about absolutely anything you want for 1 minute, mate. And then I'll ask you the question.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Good to see you again. And I'll see if I can stand far enough back.
Yeah.
Thank you, Michelle. Only took like 6 reminders, but you're married, so. So in honor of Backwards Day, I have a Backwards Day story just came to mind. I was in 4th grade in Corpus Christi, Texas, and I had a friend at school. His name was Aaron. And we got along and we fought sometimes, argued sometimes. And one day at PE, it happened to be Backwards Day. And we had our clothes on backwards, like Richard, like Mark. We had our clothes on backwards, even our pants on backwards. And we're at PE and we get into one of our arguments. And somehow, some way, everybody sees this and they circle around us. And then you just get caught up in the moment. And we actually got in a very, very minor fight in PE, which nobody believed that I actually got in a fight because I'm not a fighter, and I was as thin as I am, thinner than I am now, and about half my height. So we got in a fight, mini fight, got sent to the office. And the funny thing is on the way to the office, we decided it was time to make up, and we figured out how to work together to tell the principal that we were play fighting, and we got off completely scot-free. So,
Okay, so my bad.
We've all got great friends throughout our lives. Kyle, can you tell me about a memorable moment with one of your childhood friends? Great job, mate. Great job. So who we got on here? Richard Newman. You're up.
Yes. Am I? I am. I'm
Yes, sir. Yeah,
vertical, sorta. This is a tough, very interesting week. I'm still coming down from it. This week I met a very interesting person in the midst of World Cup and all of this. I was prepared to just chat with this customer. We were out to lunch, and so after we had just finished all of our business talking about family, and he happens to be Nigerian, and I said, "Well, what do you think of the World Cup this year?" And he says, "Well, I'm not really a soccer fan." I said, "What?" Yep, that's right. I'm Nigerian and I'm not really a big soccer fan. And I was like, okay, all right. Well, I was prepared to talk about that. I don't know what else we're going to talk about. But it was he's a great guy, his PhD in chemistry, so he and I got along quite well, and really great guy, a very good potential customer. We've already started to get some business from. So this is the lesson. Don't make assumptions just because somebody's from Nigeria, where soccer is crazy popular, that he's a big soccer fan. Back to you, Mark.
Thank you very much, sir. Richard, I know you're a big sports fan. Tell me about the last conversation you had with somebody about sports. Let's see who else. Rich. Your turn, my friend. You're gonna have to start looking at the front of you.
The first time I met Mark V, it was very interesting. That bit of a Brit accent threw me at first. I have a hard time with accents. I have a hard time hearing, period. And I found him very interesting because his career has gone so many directions. I even got lost trying to figure out where he'd been. And he has always been a good, personable guy that has a lot of baggage and has really taken hold of this group at various times and driven us in the wrong direction. Kind of back-assed. But then again, he does know something about water treatment. And I still think he needs to go to Washington and straighten them out. Got a mess up there. Thank you, sir.
It's all about, we were talking about connections this morning. So, Rich, what was your first impression of me when we first met? Great job. So who am I going to go next? Dries, you're looking way too comfortable there, my friend. You got 1 minute to talk about anything you want about right now, my friend.
Joke's on you, I'm quite uncomfortable right now. Um, the last trip I took, what a great question you asked me. Thank you for that. I haven't been to the last couple of meetings because I've been traveling, first for work and then for pleasure. I took my wife and kids to New England. We had a nice trip up there. Went to visit my college roommate and their family in Rhode Island, which is the smallest state by area. And after we spent a couple of really nice days there, it was quite hot actually. It was low 90s, I think it was, which didn't feel quite right to me, but it was a nice time anyway. After that, we went to Vermont, which has a few interesting distinctions to it. The first is it has the smallest state capital of any by population, 9,000 people, which is pretty small. They also have the Ben and Jerry's factory, which we paid a visit to. A lot of nice places to hike, streams and nice waterfalls and stuff like that. And the kids really liked it. So that was the last trip I took. Thank you for the question.
Nice one, Dries. So it's coming to holidays, July 4th, one of the busiest weekends of the year. So, Dries, tell us all about the last trip you took. There we go. Good job, mate. Good job. Jacob. Yeah, you look. It's going to be your last time as president, mate. But this is going to be your table topics, mate. Your time to shine, my friend. Your time to shine. But if you haven't been looking at your phone, mate, I wouldn't have picked on you. You know that, don't you?
The best competition in the world. There's only one tournament, 64 teams, only one champion. I had the privilege of going to March Madness with my dad last year. And Mark should thank me because that's where he has that shirt right now. And in the finals, it was Houston, University of Houston versus the University of Florida. We bought our tickets before the competition even started, but we got the privilege to see U of H in the finals, which is awesome. Unfortunately, they lost. But March Madness is one of the best competitions. What could go wrong? And the team, bunch of college students playing, was it 2 games every week, back to back? Games get wild. If you watch the one from last year, there was a team that was down by 3. They get the ball, get a steal, and tie it up with seconds to go. U of H, even in the year that we went, was losing by, I think, 7 or 8 points with 15 seconds left, 30 seconds left. And mayhem happened for U of H to win this game. And one of the best things, not to brag, but my dad does have a tournament and yours truly won that competition. But if you love basketball, there's no better tournament than March Madness tournament.
Great job. Jacob, with all this furor about the World Cup and soccer and all the rest of it, what's your favorite sport, and when was the last time you went to see it? Roger, you're up.
Thank you, Mark. Well, I'll just talk about what I do on a daily basis, which is helping people with their credit to qualify for a mortgage. And did you know that a lot of people think that they can just pay someone to fix their credit, but a lot of what really it's about is that the credit report has to be an accurate picture of how you paid your credit, good or bad. You can't just fix accurate credit. So often people say, hey, can you help me fix my credit? And I say, well, what I normally do is help people understand how credit works, but all you can really do is help build it and improve and pay your bills on time and live within your means. So that's what I do often with helping clients with their credit is, where's that thing? So that's I don't have anything else to talk about, but that's what I got. Thank you.
Good job, mate. Yeah. Good job. Roger, I always remember when I spoke to you once that you went on vacation once and you much prefer to sit in the bedroom and just do work. Can you tell everybody what you do for a living? Great job, mate. Great job. How am I doing for time?
You can do 2 more.
Two more, okay.
I think till 7:45.
Okay, perfect, mate.
Go on.
Niraj, you're up, my friend. Talk about anything you want for 1 minute minimum.
Thank you, Mark. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters. Sorry, I wasn't here for the previous 2 meetings. I was completely busy with work. So today I wanted to speak about my rodeo experience. This year I attended the rodeo, which is the first time I attended. Well, back then when we had a meeting on rodeo, I was told that once you go for your rodeo, share it with us one day. So today I would like to share about it. So I went to the rodeo at the end of the March, which was the finals, where I have seen where I have experienced the rodeo completely. Well, I have seen the bull riding, barrel racing, and horse riding. And I also attended the concert which was done by Tim McGraw. I really enjoyed uh, the whole thing. Uh, well, Coming to my experience, I was seated in the middle. Well, it was a little expensive, but I was able to view the show perfectly. Uh, when the concert has begun, there were many people. The crowds have gathered, like where we have seen. I have seen Tim McGraw singing all of his famous songs. And also telling about his experience at the rodeo. I enjoyed all the lights, flashes when he started his concert. And once the concert has ended, I have attended the carnival as well and enjoyed some of the rides. Back to you, Mark.
So Niraj, so what has been like you, mate? I mean, this is our second country, mate. But what's been the most fantastic things that you've done since you've been in Texas? So, great job, mate.
Thank you, Mark.
Oh, I've got that. Great job, great job. So again,
Well, one more and then stop.
one more and stop. Michelle,
Start at 7:39. That's true.
Michelle, your turn. Oh, wow. Oh, we do you know how railway workers shake hands?
No.
But bunch. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters. As your incoming VPE, you're going to be so tired of me. But I am looking over everything that we've done as a club over this last year. And what I want you to think about is why do you come to Toastmasters? What is something you desire to get out of Toastmasters? And I ask this question because how many of you have a gym membership? How many of you have a gym membership but don't use it very often? That's the same thing with Toastmasters. It's like a gym membership. if you don't attend or you don't challenge yourself through speaking, doing the different leadership roles or being an officer, you're not challenging yourself. So what I'm here to do is help you, guide you based off of what your goals are for this next year. July 1st will begin the next fiscal year, and we will not have a meeting, right, Eric? The first week of July.
On the third.
We're not going to have a meeting on July 3rd, so mark that on your calendars. And Jim, if you are a PR person, if you could put that online, that would be awesome, so that people know we're not meeting. But after that, I will be reaching out to each one of you, and we'll talk about what your goals are and how I can help guide you through this journey and get you set up on pathways. If I say pathways and you don't know what I'm talking about, we need to talk.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Michelle, we actually made Select Distinguished this year, which is very good for the on the DCP. So Michelle, could you tell us a little bit about pathways and the importance, because you're going to be the incoming VPE. So thank you. Great job. Right, so I've got to hand over now to the GE, who's going to hand over to the Toastmaster, I think.
Okay. Before we go to the Toastmaster, can we get a timer's report? Jim.
Absolutely. Thank you, Eric. Everybody qualified. LaShanta, you had 145. Kyle, 125. Newman, 140. Rick, 126. Dries, 118. Jacob, 143. Roger, 101. Niraj, 203. Michelle, 136. And I want to express and stress to everybody how important it is to me personally not to DQ. I would take it as a personal offense if anybody DQs. Checkmate. Back to you, Eric.
With that being said, I would like to now hand the duties for the next part of the meeting to Rick Massey.
Thank you, Eric. As your Toastmaster today, I will be introducing the speakers. We have two distinguished people who will give us some very good speeches. First off, our first speaker is Richard Cuellar. Now, I could call him Richard Cellular, but backwards from the days. Richard has been a Toastmaster since 2017, and he's held various executive roles here with Toastmasters. He would like to share his thoughts to commemorate America's 250th birthday this July 4th. Richard.
Sure, glad to be here. Thank you for that introduction. As I was preparing the speech, as Mark's getting this ready, I had volunteered to do this last week, and I was struggling a little bit on what to talk about. And then I was listening to the radio, and they just said these few words, and it kind of dawned on me of where we are and what we're doing, and kind of like Michelle said, where we're going. So one thing that came up, and of course, in my area of thinking, I thought it was in the Constitution where this was said, but it's in the Declaration of Independence. So I had to look that up. And where's the computer?
Point of order, you need to see a timer.
Yeah, it's not that.
Okay.
Oh, perfect. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and a pursuit of happiness. And when I heard that, for some reason, it just kind of hit me about our pursuit of happiness. And what do we do in that pursuit? What is it that drives us in that pursuit of happiness? And that's different for everybody. It's gonna be different for everybody sitting here, everybody listening. And what I typically do in other situations is I'll talk about 3 Ps. People in business anyway, is people, product, and process. You focus on one of those 3 things, and that's how you build upon your business, but it's only going to be one of those 3 things. This situation, I wanted to make it more personal. I made it about family, foundation, and familiarity. And I'll talk about each one of those things with regard to what in that pursuit of happiness and the pursuit of success. The difference being is that in the 3 Ps for business, you're only going to pick one and focus on those things. In this situation, you might want to focus on all 3 because I think each one of those 3 things is important. So when I talk about what makes you happy, that pursuit of happiness, is it your family? That's my son who got married this past January. Oh, December. That's right, December. And then when you talk about family, is it your kids? Is it your grandkids? Right? That's what makes you happy. That's what brings a smile to your face. Or is it your foundation? Is it your belief system that you have faith in? For us and Michelle and I, it is our faith. That is our foundation. You know, for us, we just became members here over at Kingwood First Baptist Church. We've been on a long journey. We were members somewhere else, and then after about 7 years, we were searching for that one place that's going to make us happy inside, both in our hearts, in our minds, and of course with our Creator. And that's our pursuit. And it's been, like I said, it's been 7 years since we wanted to become a member of something. And so we became members, or we're going to become members in July. But for others, depending on who you are, depending on your culture, depending on where you're going to be, it could be something else, Islam, Hinduism. Just what is your foundation? What is your belief system? What is it that grounds you to that pursuit of happiness? Is it familiarity? Is it your hobbies? This can be a hobby, as Michelle was saying. Why do you come here? This is something in that pursuit of happiness that's going to make you happy. Is it cats? Is it your cats? Is it your animals that makes you happy? Do you love and adore those animals when you come home and hug them and everything else? Is it music? For those of you who are musically inclined, is it when you're picking up an instrument and it brings that emotion, that connection, as LaShanta was saying, is that connection that you have in that pursuit of happiness that you want? Is it sports? As you watch the FIFA World Cup going on in the country these days, you should see the emotion in these people. It drove me nuts. Last night I was watching the U.S. play. What was it? Turkey. We lost, but it didn't matter. How does that happen? I don't understand. I don't understand that at all. How can you play a game, lose, and it not matter? Why did you play? Anyway, but the emotion for these people and that happiness and the joy of them in that pursuit of happiness, the amount of money they are spending for these tickets in that pursuit of happiness. And they are happy when they see those games played. They are joyful. Are you in a pursuit of what makes you happy? That's my question. And if not, why not? And you should. Because in this country of ours, we're celebrating 250 years of freedom. It can be done here. You are so welcome to, in that pursuit of finding something that makes you happy, in the liberties that we have to make you that much better. From where we came from, in my Spanish accent, tú puedes decir que es la ciudad que, el país que puedes hacerlo. Sí se puede. So I urge you that this is no other place to get that done. And in the pursuit of my happiness. I like it. Excellent. I'm happy. Yeah. Yep. Our next speaker.
We should have 1 minute on the clock.
Oh, okay, so we need 1 minute on the clock. please.
For our judge for.
Richard. Thank you. Eric.
That's time. Checkmate.
Thank you. Checkmate. Thought it was a draw.
Not this time.
Not this. Okay. Our next speaker is the guilty party that got me into this. Linda and I go way, way back. But today, she's going to be completing the presentation mastery level 3 project, Connect with Storytelling. This morning, she invites us to journey back to a time when the everyday tools we relied on look very different from the ones we use today. So the story of prospective member discovering Toastmasters and attending that first meeting, she'll contrast the tools of yesterday with the convenience and efficiency of today's digital world. The title of her speech is From Then to Now. Welcome, Linda.
Conclusion. Tools that we use every day have drastically changed. In the past, it was required that we have an encyclopedia, a rotary phone, a paper map. All of these things were required. Now, today, all those things are here in the palm of our hands. So the tools have changed, but our desire to learn, to communicate, and to connect, those haven't changed. Actually, no, those did change. It's the destination that has not changed. Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster. Oh, wait a minute. It's reverse day. I just gave you my conclusion. Please join. I'd like to invite you. Please join me as I go through the journey of times past. Here we have an envelope, and I'm going to open it because I am a Toastmaster from maybe the 1960s. So I got a letter in the mail, which was happening back then. No email. It's an invitation for a Toastmasters contest. I don't know what Toastmasters is, but it's also in 2 days. And it says I can RSVP. Why would I don't even know what Toastmasters is, but we today have wonderful references. So I'm going to check my references. I've got my encyclopedias because this is where we have all our information. But we have everything here. So I'm going to look up Toastmasters and see. So, and it's like a dictionary. We have Toad, and then it goes to Tokyo. Toastmasters is not in the encyclopedia. Why should I go? Again, maybe maybe there's something that has some fine print here. Ah, it says it's public speaking. I'm not a public person. I'm not a public leader. Why would I go to public speaking? Let me look it up. What, we've got great references. What we do without encyclopedias. So I'm looking up here. They tell me about Providence, Rhode Island, Puerto Rico. But we have public speaking, and it says public speaking is the art or practice of making a speech before an audience. There are many opportunities to make speeches at clubs and group events. It's effective and it's a key part to leadership and confidence. I want to be more confident, so I'm going to go. So let me see here. I've got RSVP. The great thing about this is, know if I'm going to make it, because 2 days away, just as I thought. This postmark is a week and a half ago. This was sent a week and a half ago. I may not make it. But you know what? I'm going to try. So let me call and let me see. Let me see what the number is. The number is, bear with me here. Did I dial tone? I dialed. Oh. No. You know what? This Toastmasters, I guess they didn't pay for call waiting. Well, I'll have to call a little later. In the meantime, they do have the address here, so let me see how to get there. Oh, it's 1569 Woodlands Parkway. I've got my map. I am going to, this is what takes us everywhere. Let's see. I'm going to have to write some notes down, because here we have 1960, and I'm supposed to take either the Hardy Bull Roll, the 45. Let me just get in my car. I'm ready. I'm ready to go. I've got my map and I'm ready. I'm in my car and we're ready to go. And it said 1960, so I'm on 1960. But then it said road and it says 47. They're both here. Which one do I take? Okay, I've got to pull to the side. I've got to look at the map. So what happens here is, now we have email and text. I would have got this instantaneously. Then, my goodness, this wonderful resource, full PPT. And you know what? The wait. I got muscle here. I just got this. And the phone. We've got cell phones. I can call from my watch. Now, in 1960, I never thought that. Never thought we could be walking or driving around with phones. What I wanted to leave us with is, technology has made everything so efficient for us. And these real things, Jacob, if you ever know what encyclopedias are, they're all real. And the beauty is that technology has made us efficient, has made time shorter. And back to you, Toastmaster.
Brilliant.
Okay, Mr. Timer, if you please put 1 minute on the clock. So we can write Linda a note about her speech.
Checkmate. Back to you.
Wanted another draw.
Yeah.
Right. Send your votes to Jim for the best speech and the best evaluation. And next we have Fernando for the word of the day.
Right.
One that we've been trying to figure out.
The word of the day was really, really easy. It was reverse. It can be used as an adjective or a noun. It means to go and then turn around and go the opposite way, or do just the opposite of the thing. It's an easy word. Everyone should say it. Back to you.
Thank you. And since we are having such a good time today, we shall have a joke. Jacob.
Don't confuse me. I'm an old man.
I'm still working on that. I'll get my handshakes at one point. So I'm gonna tell you a short story. So my dad got a brand new car. And first thing he did, put it in reverse and said, "Oh, this takes me back." Well, skip a couple of years. I get my new car, new technology. I get a rear view camera. I haven't looked back since. And I took my new friend in it, and we started backing up. We go back a long ways, okay? And got my new car. It was Subaru. I gave it a name, You Are a Bus. Very interesting name, but I decided I want to enter a competition. It's a world reverse backing up competition. Unfortunately, the winner, last year's winner, backed out. And since I won the competition, I decided to write a book on reverse psychology. Just recommend you should not buy it.
Really?
All right. Today is Toastmaster. I will provide the theme, which is reverse, and introduce the grammarian, the joke master, the timekeeper, and the vote counter, and table topics. And I have done all that. So we shall move forward or backwards, I guess backing, with our presiding officer, which is me. And then we shall move back to the presiding office, which is Jacob. And Jacob, you may ask the comments. And I should turn it back to you. And properly.
Oh yeah, I forgot the name of the setup. but I think we're supposed to do a time keep or the votes. Do you have the votes? Or was that too short of a time?
If you were handing me the floor, I would like to say I did not get to do my timekeeper's report on the speakers. So I am going to prophesize that Richard's time will be 6:15 and Linda's time will be 7:16. Also, I want to let everybody know if nobody DQs today, I'll take everybody to lunch. And I have one person who's voted, by the way, so shame on all y'all. Y'all send me your votes. I know who hasn't voted.
So while we wait for the votes to come in, I'll call up Michelle since she'll be the new VPE to do the next agenda.
Okay.
Oh my.
Wait. It's perfect. Okay, enough silliness here. Let's be serious. Jim, you will be continuing in the VPPR role. Is that correct, sir?
Yes.
Okay, great. As your incoming Vice President of Education, I want to inform you our theme for our first week, which will be July 10th, will be what Richard Cuellar was talking about, the 250th anniversary of our country. Mark Vine, we're speaking of the US of A, but anyway. I know that Eric wants to be the Toastmaster for that particular meeting. Would anybody else like to fill a role? Bueller. Do you know what I just said?
Yeah.
Okay.
Obviously, yeah, so
Yeah.
take a roll.
Would anybody like to take a role for that particular meeting? I do want to let you know, I will be reaching out to each one of you, letting you know, I will send you an email in which all the rules that you completed over this last year and maybe some ideas on some challenges, ways to challenge yourself on taking some other rules. If no one wants to speak, you have that right. We can do it another time and I will just call you and voluntold you. If you know what that means, there'll be lots of that. I do want to share with you something. I do encourage you to reach out to me. And when I talk to you, I'm wanting some themes. And if you choose a theme, you're the Toastmaster that day. So that's some way to challenge people. Okay? Because you would be surprised. Being up here is not an easy feat. Some people up here make it look easy, but it is not. And the Toastmaster helps guide and direct the meeting and keeps us in a timely fashion. And these times over here will reflect if our speech is 5 to 7 minutes, there will be 8 or 9 minutes allotted for each speech because we give 1 minute of time leeway between speeches. So I will have a better reflection of that here. So we need to be mindful of that. Okay. Anyone want to participate on July 10th or will I be here by myself with Eric?
I'll do a speech.
Okay. Mark Vine, speech.
I think I don't need people.
Huh?
You talk about easy feet.
Okay. I don't know. I don't know what he said. That went over my head. Anybody else?
The theme?
The theme is 250th anniversary of our country. I remember I was in second grade in 1976 and I was Thomas Jefferson, Richard here. I was Thomas Jefferson in a skit that my class put on. I had long hair then, had it in a braid way back when. Okay. If not, I would like
Do you have a Toastmaster?
We do. Eric will be Toastmaster. Would there be
And
something like table topics?
do you have
or
a
something
table
you'd like to do?
topics? Yeah, I'll do
Would
table
you like to
topics.
do that,
Yeah,
Richard?
yes.
Okay, thank you, Richard. Appreciate you.
No problem.
Okay. Okay, back to you. Last meeting as president of this club, but you are president till June 30th at 11:59.
Good job, mate.
Awards. Did
Awards.
everybody, do you have enough to claim a victor?
We do. The chair for today is Mark. Best evaluator by default and cost everybody our lunch, Mark. Michelle is the best evaluator. Best table topics is Dries. And best speaker today, Linda. Congratulations, everybody. If you would like to collect your individual lunch, just give me a call. I'll take you to lunch one-on-one. But Mark, not you. All right, back to you, Jacob.
I'll just run through the announcements. This is my last term, so you don't have to see my lovely face anymore. I know. You're all crying. Don't worry. I'll still be here. And for your pathways, it's going to increase in price. I'm starting July 1st. It's going to go from $20 to $35. You are interested, make sure you get yours soon. And good morning, everybody, to our reverse day theme. Oh, yeah.
Oh, brilliant. Very good.